in the wintertime. We left in February. It was the end of February. Closed up. Turned on drained all the lines and turned on the heater that keeps everything from freezing. Well, there is a problem. Needless to say, power was out for a long time, and my jet pump froze, cracked here, cracked here. So I'm in the midst of replacing it. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'd love to replace it with a submergible pump, but it's going to be a lot more work, so I'm just going to replace it with another jet pump. Almost exactly the same. I was just trying to make this as easy as possible on myself, so I went in and bought the same horsepower, same basic setup, because my hoses kind of already connect here and here, so I want to try and get this to go back in as easy as possible, right? So this new pump, Mastercraft from Canadian Tire, it comes set to 230 volts. So first thing I do is pull this top off and switch it to 115 because I'm running 120 here. It's super easy to do. I just loosen the nuts, pop off the top, and I change this to 115. And put the cap back on. One of the problems I had was the piece that threads into here that goes onto the hose. This was a 1 inch to 1 inch. The new one is a 1 1/4 to 1 inch, so I had a hard time finding a fitting for that, but I found I could only find this plastic one that goes from 1 1/4 to 1 inch. The last one was brass, which I preferred. These can be bent and break pretty easy, but beggars can't be choosers. So I'm going to wrap this guy with some plumbing tape first. I'll get a big crescent wrench on here. So that's on there now. That was the old one. I just put it back in there. The reason I took the whole thing out was I'm about a half hour away from town, so when I went to get the new one, I brought the entire thing with me just to make sure I got everything I needed, because it turned out that this ended up being a different size than this one, which I wouldn't have realized till I got back, which would have sucked. So anyway, next part, so that matches up now. We're good here. Next is the out pressurized valve, out, whatever you want to call it. So this is basically how it was sitting before. Came out the side of this jet pump. It's going to come out of the top of this one, but this part threads in here. So I think I'll thread that in, and then I will reuse this guy, put it in here. So it's going to be very close setup to where it was before. So I'm going to tape this guy, install it. Apparently this piece is the pressure regulator. It's going to thread on here, and then I'll thread the gauge, pressure gauge, onto the side of that one. That guy's on there, and he's lining up pretty good with this one. I think this was the easiest way to do this. So I'm going to take this guy off and thread him on here with some new fresh tape. I'll get a pipe wrench on here. Okay, I think I'm ready to bring it into the pump house and hook up the electrical. It's a little bit different on the back side. Oh, wait a second, I gotta add the pressure gauge. Okay, now I'm ready to bring it in. This is gonna be hard to record in here, but made quite a mess, spraying everywhere when I turned a broken pump on. So I'm gonna turn this thing on its side for now so I can get at the electrical. Of course, on the instructions it doesn't specify which is your hot wire, which is your neutral. So it says one goes here and one goes here. I'm gonna do the same as last time. I'm gonna have my hot wire here, my neutral up there. Okay, I've got my lines hooked up. I'm gonna put the cover on, and I'm gonna flip it over and put the hoses, attach the hose ends. So as you can see, this is what I was trying to achieve. This hose connects here, and that guy's going to connect there. So I just wanted to have them as close to where they originally were as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and connect these. Got it on, and I've got my clamps on, opposing. And a little trick I learned to really get a good seal on these is to get them on, tighten them down, heat it up, and then tighten them down some more. So I got a torch here. I'm just going to put it on there, warm it up a bit. That one's all done. This one's all done. I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to fill it with water to prime the pump. Full now. I'm going to cap it. Okay, it's all installed. Now the moment of truth. I'm going to throw the switch, turn the pump on. Hope I don't have any leaks. Here we go.